Look what's going on here. Oh, goodness me.
Just slow down a bit.
As Dan decides to cheer. Oh, no, he bets.
So we'll run through the players here. As we said, Glenn Maxwell, Aussie cricket legend, has the biggest chip stack. We've got Lenny and Brendan Fevola. The guy sitting next to the dealer in the blue suit, some people might know him too. That's Chris Jones from Channel 7. Here he is. This is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of chat tonight. Hope you can stick with us. And Harvey Silver and Braden Jinks taking you through this. And we're going to get the head of operations in, Josh Monk. He's chomping at the bit to commentate a bit of this as well.
How'd you tell?
Not only did I have no diamonds,
Just us.
it was that bad.
Got to play.
So
I was hoping to buy it, and I was like, I don't have anything to
Chris
buy.
Jones
Invested enough. But I like, can't be good.
decides to put another 600 in and have a look at this flop. Quite sure what Jackson's got there. He obviously hasn't put the cards down in the middle of the reader. But he's going to win anyway.
I thought so.
So this Fever event, a $500 buy-in plus a $100 booking fee. We've got rebuys and late entry on this going for a little while yet. So if you're in Melbourne, we're just at the Oakwood Premier in South Melbourne, come in. It's a lot of fun. We've moved this table up to the 41st floor, but there's a full floor on the 5th floor playing this event.
Is that you, Jabba? In the chat, potentially.
I want to give it a go.
Let's see.
That was pretty epic.
What was that? That was about six cans in as well.
How far was that?
Jackson's really going to fancy himself to build up a pretty big stack against 6 or 7 players here that are just here to have a bit of fun. Jackson obviously plays the game professionally, so he's probably licking his lips. We still need the distribution, Harvey, to do some damage.
Well, right now, we're... Problem is, Lenny's still going to be here.
You guys go without me, I'll get my own.
Well, you're a bit further. Where are you? Where I'm Hampton.
That's around the corner.
Remember when we flew home together and I said, can I have a lift? You go, no, my car's full. And it was just you by yourself.
Lovely stuff, Jabba. Good to have you here with us.
Saw how much gear I had and the baby seat.
One of the country's best, flies under the
Might come in
radar.
and do a bit of commentating with us tonight, Jabba, and held the fort early in the week. That was great.
Oh, you'd have some pretty good insights, I think, as the boss joins us in the booth, Tony Hashem. Hello.
Tony Hashem's just walking to the broadcast. He can't believe what this table looks like. He just go, hang on, hang on. Tony also would, yes, Tony also would know a lot of these guys very well. Plays some home games with some of these guys, and obviously Glenn Maxwell. He's just wrapped that he's come and supported Fevs event here tonight. He's got some chips too.
Luke folds the A6 suited under the gun there. You're going to see some very different speculative stuff, I'd say, on this table for the next 2 hours. We're going to bring you 4 levels of this tournament. And
this will not be slow. There's no considering.
No, we're more having a
here.
bit of fun tonight, I think. As
It'll be a lot of fun.
making deals that way.
That's 2,000.
Hey, you've been on the news already.
Short hands.
Have you lost another button? I feel like you had an extra button done before.
I feel like I paid a lot of blinds. And I've lost a lot of
Now,
chips.
you mentioned, Harvey, that
Maybe next week.
You'll be fully shirt open.
Saturday night.
No jacket.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Lenny's on the table with us, obviously Fev's daughter, but you mentioned she's actually a keen player.
Very keen. She wasn't keen tonight. I ran into them at the start when they arrived, and she was like, "Oh, this is going to go for a long time, Dad. I don't know if I really want it." You know, so, and she was doing a bit of that, and then
Yeah.
she sat down and won a couple of hands, and she was like, "Ooh, I'm enjoying this." So she's right into it.
See, man.
What about the big show? He's living up to his name here. He's got 4x start stack at 300, 600. Obviously, 25k start. He's already up to just under 100k.
And he's done it like this.
Oh, see, man. 600 spot.
Plays a lot of hands. Around two.
Fold. Fold.
So Chris has folded as well.
Speaking to
To Luke.
Jackson off air before the stream started, off to Vegas next week.
Him or him?
We
of
did
course,
a bit of a recap whilst we were commentating the PLO on a few of the Aussies that
Four players.
had some deep runs already. Got a message from Didier, APT ambassador, tuning in from Vegas.
Love it.
Midnight in Vegas, and they're watching the APT streams.
Yeah, gotta love it. Our graphics just lagging a little bit here, but there's a couple more in this hand. I know Luke's in it as well. Just wait for the graphics to catch up. Could be a bit of trouble
Frozen.
for Maxi here.
See 3 folds. Cool.
Oh, come on.
I'm not going to
Maxi.
fall for it, Fed. You just keep going.
Jackson's going to be... I'm really interested to see how Jackson approaches this. He's going to be out of his element a little bit. Plays pretty high stakes.
They've all got a king.
Cash.
So this is what's happened here.
Bombers can't beat us in the way.
This is not a game he would have sat in for quite some time.
White and Motlop and those guys, they'll just...
As we believe all three players have top pair. Is that what
Yes.
that's what's happening?
Yes, but just waiting for the graphics again to catch up on us and see that it is catching up the way it's swinging around from camera to camera.
Yeah,
There we go.
that would be right.
I could be wrong.
If it's not a diamond, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Diamond. Oh. Check. Check a bit. Heads up.
Okay, so Jackson didn't make his flush. So Chris
Fair. 12,000.
has the check mark here.
I wouldn't.
Had a really good hand.
I think
The graphics...
Chris decides to value bet the king queen there. And
Nice bet.
Nice hand.
I
CJ.
often see multi-way pot where all players have top pair. Fev. A shorter stack on the table. Been playing for some time, Fev, hasn't he, Harvey?
Oh, gee,
Play by the base.
I remember Fev at the very first All In for Charity, Poker with the Stars, put on by the Hashem Group way back when.
I had a king of the
Every
diamonds,
day you
king
were
of di-
flushing.
King of diamonds and
Yeah.
flush draw.
Yeah.
Pretty big hand.
What hotel was that at?
1,500.
You know, that has moved around to so many
Yeah,
places.
because I went to
We had
one, I
at the
remember.
Town Hall, we had
Yeah.
one at the museum, and we've got All In for Charity next week at the Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt.
I think the Hyatt is potentially the one.
Yeah, it's been there a
Yeah.
couple of times.
Yeah.
It's a great night too. If you haven't bought a ticket to that,
Oh, it's a monster! It's a monster!
We have action.
Tanner's got aces. He got aces.
Bit of a difference from this afternoon's coverage, Harvey, in the high roller PLO. We didn't see too many five-way flops, but here we are. And actually not much interaction here at all with anyone. You can see Lenny with 6 high.
And he's not though.
2,000.
she's good, Lenny. She just gets in there.
Yeah, she's got
Got
the open ender.
end, yeah, open ender. Hunters gives it up.
The big Oregon.
Maxie gives it up.
King.
Can you run it out?
She's
please?
good, Lenny.
King.
Look at that.
Do it. Tana,
Bets.
just be
She's got a
honest.
big
Ace
smile.
No.
Collects the
withdraw.
chips.
I need to be honest.
He's talking about you're scared. Shows no fear.
Get hit, Len.
So we're up here on the 41st floor.
Oh, we'll just have to go
Well,
back.
he's
The
got-
Oakwood
you-
Premier
you
in
do
South
know.
Melbourne. It's a
He
fantastic
doesn't know.
setup.
I love that. With
I don't know.
James Bond Casino Royale room. It's got that feel. The velvet furniture, bar.
How's that high stakes poker after dark, if you used to watch that back in the
Yes.
day, feel about it?
Very much so.
Of course, when the sun was up, Alan Pham took down the PLO high roller for 34,500. We saw some seriously high level poker there. We're Omaha noobs up here, but we did our best to bring you the action. And man, Yoon and Luke and Alan three-handed played some pretty incredible PLO.
So when I bet,
So
I've got a
we bring in your little here as Tana's just open folds the ace jack. Okay.
That was. I feel like that was Lenny. Feel like I've got a real good hand.
Oh, what a fucking card. The best numbers in the world.
I want. I
If
don't.
I was in,
If there is literally anyone at the table I don't want to take money from,
especially with the 2-5 out there.
I want your advice. I absolutely
It's getting a
want
bit
that.
dicey here in the booth.
I want that hatred towards me.
Lenny is going to put the jack 8 offsuit in the bin.
If I have 2-5, I play it every fucking time.
You never get that fault.
Mate, you never know that. You had pocket 5, you got 6, 5, 6. Like, you just don't know, do you?
Yeah, look. Sometimes.
And him just remind Fev that he's on a live stream going around the world.
Hey, Fev.
I heard him.
6, mate.
I've been dreading this, mate.
Can I get change it all, please? Yeah.
How do you fumble chips and you don't drop cash?
If you're interested in sweating someone for Vegas, Jackson Young's got quite an entertaining Instagram. It's just Jackson's Poker on Instagram's his handle, and got some pretty entertaining stories on there when he's over there playing. Of course, had a very deep run in the WSOP main event last year, did Jackson. I think Jackson was the second last Australian left in the main event. Our boy here in seat 3. Second last, he was definitely the second last. I'm not sure if he was the last Aussie, but Jackson had a deep run in his first ever trip to Vegas, and just told me off stream he's flying out next week. So Lenny limps the 4-2 suited under the gun. Here the Riazardi, affectionately known as the Riazardi, the 4-2 suited. Lenny looking to take this one to the flop. Haven't seen many 3-bets. I'm not sure we will for the next couple of hours as we bring this coverage to you. Of course, we probably won't play down to a winner tonight. We'll bring the next 3 levels to you, and once they go on a break, we'll cut the stream and we'll be back tomorrow for the culmination of this event.
Is it still a soccer score? Thanks, mate. 16? 1600.
Is it
Oh, they're
absolutely
coming
pissing
back.
down?
Crows. Yes.
Who's winning?
No. 1600. That's going to hurt my goal kickers, I reckon.
As they seem a little bit more interested in the current AFL score than
Through the Adelaide goal kickers.
the poker.
Only 300. Yep, perfect.
We try not to talk about footy too much on stream, Harvey, because we're usually commentating together in Queensland, and we get a little bit of hate for it, but we are commentating on stream in Victoria, so probably get away with that a little more.
Nah, Tex was actually long way. So was Keys. Because it was wet. And,
But 88 entries
Fogarty's been kicking all
into tonight's flight 2 of the main event. So that 250k guarantee is going to get obliterated. No, of course, flights 3 and 4 tomorrow. Plus, we're running satellites as well for that. Check out the APT Live Facebook page to see if you can find an opportunity to satellite into the main event. But, well, you can still register tonight. There's already 88 entries, had 97 last night. We're nearly there. We'll be there halfway through tomorrow. So,
Is that total meters gained and stuff like that?
No, tries and 1,500 goals.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tries.
Mate,
Surely that's a shit show, that.
Last week I got 5 multis out of the 9 games. Let's just pick 3 tries. Fucking easy, bro.
If it's easy, everyone will be doing it.
They are. You pick the wingers, the 2, the 5.
They are.
It's not that hard, mate.
How many tries are there in a normal game?
Good games, like could be 30 to.
There's been literally no touches in that game.
Yeah, but it's all been.
a few of the boys have got a significant amount of multis on from the sounds of it. Yes.
Just do that 20 times.
Scorers on one team and 5 on another.
And they're all like even money.
That's a great. Yeah, so you just multi them up.
Yeah.
Who got subbed out? To $10.
Fev talking about multis is not something I thought.
And then if you do the bonus back, and if you miss it by one, you get 2 of them, you get your money back.
$100. The whole thing.
I'm betting. I'm an ambassador of a betting company. You get your bonus back on Bet Nation. Man. So it's a win. You can't lose. Yeah. You literally can't. But you do it responsibly.
You put a disclaimer. Tattooed on your forehead.
Like every other leg.
Jesus.
2 sitters.
Tale as old as time. Old as time. As the first premium handy we've seen on the stream. We did see Dan just fold the ace jack before, but there's no way we're folding the jacks. As Jackson Young raising the 4-3 offsuit from +1, he's had enough.
So, it's already easy. Like multi and stuff in one. So, you can't lose, gamble responsibly.
Guys, sorry to interrupt just for a second. This is a live stream for a half an hour delay, so if possible, please not talk about multis.
You know what? If it's delayed, you can edit it.
Just protect the brand of APT. So.
Yeah,
Isn't
sure.
this gambling?
We understand and we agree.
Yeah, those multis.
My
I had a multi, me into Jones.
I had a multi.
Well, we actually can't really. We can cut it. We can cut the stream if
Going down there.
someone collapses or something, but
Melted ice cubes.
Clearly.
pretty amazing. We did mention when we were covering the PLO, Fev still getting after it in the local footy leagues at age 44.
Have some food.
Unbelievable. Kicking bags.
If he gets hungry.
He actually looks fitter.
I'm a bit scared.
Did people raise it?
It's like he's in Nepal in the Himalayas. He's about to get the accent. Correctly. Old Mount Everest is just.
I think I'm in trouble.
12.
Cool.
Just red.
Jackson flops top pair here, but he's in a world of hurt. What do we call Luke? Is it Tunners? Did you say?
Yeah, Tunners.
Tunners.
And he'll like this. Can he bet into? His ace jack. He might go here, Tunners. I don't think he's just going to call.
Oh, we're pretty deep. They're 30 deep. It's probably a bit too
Oh,
much,
no, I
but
don't
he's
mean all in.
contemplating.
I just don't. I think he might raise this up.
Hey.
Figuring it out.
I thought exactly the same thing.
Jackson immediately knows he's basically dead and shows him the ace and puts it in the
6.5 is fair. No reaction there from Luke. Just thank you. I'll take those chips.
It's good to have you here, Thomas.
Bloody good to be here, Maxie.
He doesn't know how to stack chips. What's happening?
When you got that many, Brendan.
It's great to see the guys having a good time. And Lenny, who is just thinking to herself, how cool will this be if I can take down some of these guys?
What about just beat her dad? What about just beat her
Well,
dad
yeah.
in that hand? She's got him covered. You know, Fev's only got 22 bigs.
Quite threatening, wasn't it? It was like,
Jackson would have really liked his chances against this lineup, but he's the deck's not in his favour at the moment.
Hard to play. There's not much regulation poker going on here, I don't think.
Old
So
ice cubes down there, he's melting away.
there's that raise from Tunners, 6.5.
Is that bringing the game into
Lenny
disrespect?
with-
What I just said?
When he comes with the 3-bet, clicks him back. Clicks him back.
Well,
Chris.
I want their money, not your money.
So Chris is trying to stay away from taking Lenny on. And Daniel
I should have played.
does call. Okay, so 2 to the flop here.
Oh, even the hands I'm folding are missing. That's when you know you're running bad.
She's
You'd love to see this from Letty.
great.
Well, it's a board she should be continuing on, and she just fires it out. Love to see it.
Beware the Lenny factor.
That's not even a joke.
To be fair, we thought it was really well.
She actually knows what she's
She
doing.
knows exactly what she's doing. It's bizarre.
So bad.
I've got to tell you,
These gamblers are in my house.
as a proud dad of a young girl who plays poker, Fev would be wrapped. He'd be more than happy to get out of this and let Lenny clean it all up. He would think that that is sensational.
It's hard to believe Lenny's 18. Like when Fev was playing, you remember him having young girls. Feel like we're getting old. Like crazy stuff.
He's got the little one as well.
Time goes
Got a
quickly.
6-year-old, I think, as well.
Time to go downstairs.
Fev. Oh, that's right. He does too. Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? Food's going to come. Miss me, Fee.
Oh,
don't worry, mate. I'll have your keto salad or
Luke,
whatever it was.
I reckon we got action. Oh,
Fev.
no, gonna go in.
It's a really nice bet,
gonna-
Brendan. Well done.
Well, he is.
No,
Again, it's just we're just a bit behind the graphics, but Fev is in here with the Jack 10 against Daniel's pockets. Ooh.
Oh, pocket sixes.
Flop straight.
What with 2 7?
Check, check.
3 7. Oh, there it is.
Flush draw now for Fev. Man, pocket twos are going to hold.
Won't bet. No. Just gonna check, check. And you're right, the twos hold.
Just reds, bro. Every time I got black, you put reds. Every time I got red, you put black. Can't lose.
If there's any cricket fans out in the chat, or even Harvey, if you know, let us know. I'm not. Is Maxie still playing these days, or is he injured, or is he?
Maxie just announced yesterday. I saw a couple of people come in and congratulate him. So he just announced yesterday that he is only going to play T20. He's retired from one-day games.
Okay.
And obviously played a test for a while. So one of our most punishing 50-over players. What a legend. But he could probably play T20 for another 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
He's
easy.
just a
Well, Fev's still playing. Steph's still playing local footy at 44. Who could forget Maxwell's double hundred in the World Cup? I still remember watching it live. Some things in sport you remember exactly where you were.
Yep.
You know, I think back to Ashton Agar's 99. That's something that I'll never forget where I was. Maxi's double ton in the World Cup. I still remember watching that late at night. Unbelievable.
What about the lack of respect?
Four players.
When we talk about Maxi's batting, what about that catch he took when he threw the ball back in from outside the
Oh,
road?
yeah.
That's one of the greatest catches I've ever seen.
He's probably got 10 of the greatest 20 catches ever taken in the history of cricket, and they all belong to him. He's an amazing fielder.
15,000. Oh, there's a jack 10.
So Maxi hits the jack here.
John just lays that one down
And-
very smartly.
Chris Jones has the two pair. And the chips go to Chris.
So call it flop lad.
Wow. The great Lee, who told the boys to stop swearing in there a minute ago, has just got a couple of swear words out of us here as he brings us a platter of beautiful food. Thank you, Lee.
Has a father-daughter combo ever been on a final table or a feature table? Sitting next to each other?
They're about.
Is there, are there any collusion issues?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. Well, they're about to.
I reckon they want to take each other down more than anything.
Braden's gone a bit quiet next to me here. We'll probably both go a little quiet. Gee, that's nice of them.
Heads up.
Lines will be up next hand. 400, 800 with an 800 big blind there.
Check. Course. There's 800.
So Maxi hits the queen here.
Raise. 4,000.
Daniel bets into him. Re-raise.
I reckon you had exactly the same hand as you had the hand.
Well, Maxwell takes it down.
Thank you. Lines are up. 4, 8, 8.
Similar, but I played it better. More than that. Too many people with it.
Literally. No, we're going to have a
This is the $500 buy-in. Fevs Fever.
Cool. 800 call.
$100 ticket fee
Cool.
as well. 50,000 guaranteed in the prize pool. There's
Raise.
we have a
3,300.
raise
Fold.
from Alan.
Fold. 33 to call. Fold. Fold. Did you bring sunglasses?
Round
Anybody got sunglasses?
to Lenny,
I can fold
who
my
decides to lay down the ace-3. Chris Jones
Well done. Just
lays
missed the
down
whole game.
the king-8 suited, and Alan takes that pot.
We all could have had a fun little pot.
Is that what you're looking for?
Well,
It's a fun little
I just wanted a fun little flop. Could be 6-9.
You just want to avoid level 5 for as long as you can.
Nah, I'll be jumping in an Uber. Watching it on
I need the sun-
Have a look at
I
him.
want the sunglasses.
Have a look at him.
And then the AirPods.
800.
Sorry. Roy Kent.
Any problems with my towel now? How do you like that?
Call. 800 call. Fold. Fold.
Roy Kent. What a great show.
I mean,
Have you started watching the Owen Wilson I think they call it
Jinxie.
stick.
One on Apple.
Saw
Yeah.
the difference between a recreational
I
player
watched
and
the
someone
first
who
couple of
plays a lot.
episodes. It's all right.
Chris Jones is
Oh, come on, Matthew.
called under the gun with a king
Really?
5 suited,
It's off Jonesy.
and then we see an ace jack get folded in the next position. More speculative, these guys.
Yeah.
Maxi raising up his queen 6, and Chris finishes up just donating that call.
Hey,
The big stack.
just goes
The
bang.
big dog.
You're going to see, I think,
That's how you want
a
it.
lot of re-raises from Glenn Maxwell here.
Well, I think the king, like, I mean, if we raise the king 5 suited under the gun, it's quite good. We can just fold to a 3-bet, but, you know, these guys got their own style, probably playing their own cash game at home and do their own thing. I'm really interested to see how a player like Jackson actually adjusts now. You know, it's a table where he could probably do a lot of damage, but he's only got 13, 14 bigs, so he's pretty limited to what he can do.
I'm that hungry.
Even Allen, you know, competent player, played with him many times over the years.
Which
He
one
wouldn't
is
have played it
1500 dice?
in a game like this in a very long time.
What do you want?
I just want food.
Just anything.
Just hungry, bro. 1600.
Haven't played much with Dan, seems to play fairly well,
This is Chicken Lads in
doing all the right stuff.
on the way. If you want.
Fev can probably jam this one in if he wants for 12.
The hash. Look at the hash on the inside here.
I'd be taking ace-8 for sure. Think Dan is going to be pretty light here.
Pushing.
It's got all in written all over it.
Yeah, they're all in.
He's
button
thinking
ready.
about it.
Just don't over
It's-
It's the moment.
I don't think he wants to leave. That might be the problem.
The other ace. The other ace wasn't high enough.
No, the ace is high. The other one's middle of the road. It's like a 7-ish.
Well, now we know he's folding because he's given away his hand strength completely. Basically told Dan what he had.
Len Dog Millionaire.
Lenny's going to see a flop with the Queen 7 suited.
Uh,
Chris will come along as well.
so it's not even worth looking. Well, that's
Fev's
what
issue
happened.
is that he's brought Lenny in, so even if he busts out, he's got to hang around.
Very true,
I don't think he
very
wants to go
true.
anywhere.
Oh, Fev, you had it.
Oh, that was the middle of the road.
No, I didn't.
Bit of trouble for Lenny here.
What choose? I'll get ace.
Good bet. Good bet, Lenny. Oh, here they come.
As Lenny could be in a bit of trouble here. Dan sizing up how to approach.
Worried. Not
He does look worried. And Dan's probably got a pretty easy jam on the river here.
Got to check.
Goes all in.
Yeah, she's not calling an all in. Not calling.
Looks up to her dad. He can't help her now. Oh, she lays that one down. Smart lay down there from Lenny Fevola. Dan shows the king queen. Should be pretty happy to see that one.
Yes, represented a 9.
Fev with 13 bigs. If he does jam, he'd be out of here because I dare say Dan would have called. Queen high flop would have left him pretty dead, so he's saved himself there. Has Big Fev.
You'll have to check the tape later.
Check the tape.
I'm chipping. I ain't gonna
Rare. Go the rare.
If they bring VAR into poker, I'm out. It's King 9 suited, no good for Luke. King 2 suited. Oh, Glenn Maxwell, I'm there.
Working with well over 100 bigs.
Oh, we've got a king again. Jonesy.
Bulldog
Folds.
is an assassin at that end.
Allen.
Stone cold killer.
Another 1.4. He folds. So is Lenny calling that? She is.
It's going to be really good to watch this.
She might be in a bit of
I love a
strife.
bit of blood here. Just a king high flop,
let's see.
double her up.
I'm close to going all in, yeah. It's nearly time.
Oh, he didn't continue. I was going to guarantee he's going to continue there.
Oh, that'd be good. I appreciate it.
Now he's definitely going to continue. Flush draw.
I feel like I deserve one. I'm a nice guy. Sometimes.
Not much Lenny can do here.
Yeah. Get it.
Proves me wrong, non-believer.
Come on now.
Oh no, the flush comes in on the river.
Let's see if they can pick it.
Oh.
Don't think Lenny wants to bust her out, does he? Oh no, she's thinking about calling it. 4K.
Here we go.
4K.
Would have been great if
She's only got 12 behind. She calls. Shows in the bad news. The runner a flush. The rich get richer. The big show has a big stack.
he does. That would have been great TV if the heart doesn't come in. Maxi bets the same amount. Lenny calls him down with king high. That'd be great TV, but wasn't to be.
He's not a very good liar.
Not a very good liar.
Pretty good read, to be fair.
Yeah, she had him covered.
That's fair.
Absolutely crushed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking
The
forward
same
to it.
river. That's good.
I've got more chicks than you now, man.
Hey, cool.
What's hotter, this table or playing in here in 45-degree heat?
When I was wearing my jacket up here earlier, this table.
Maxi's got a hand again here. King 9 suited. He calls. Alan
Melt away.
coming on the discount with the king.
Let it go.
Does. And
There it is.
Jackson Young. Yeah, threes.
Only reason I didn't play.
And he goes all in.
Yeah, no, that's going to be good enough over a limp pot for 12 or 13,
Hang on,
whatever he's
up
got.
against Glenn Maxwell, I would. Just hang on a sec. Hasn't folded yet.
Yeah.
He's all in.
Does now.
Fold. Big one.
Well done.
Come on.
That one.
No, the other one.
He won that one.
Now. So, pretty apt that in Fevs Fever that Fevs the one who's gone to showdown. He hasn't got the chips to show for it
No,
though.
he hasn't had a lot of distribution either to do too much damage. Has Fev saved himself before with the ace-7?
It's in fact the Fevola family on the short stacks here. Lenny losing a lot to Maxi.
Maxi's primed for a deep run here.
Sev.
Brendan gets the 9s in.
Can play it.
How much is it?
About
Rainsy, the 10K for Chris. King Jack suited.
So disappointing.
I just heard that the food was coming.
It's
I don't want to
round
bust
two.
you up for you.
Jackson.
It is his tournament.
Jack suited.
Well, he just said that he knows the food's coming. He doesn't want to bust just yet. So that's going to...
There's some really good motivation.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Luke
Best hand.
pulling that.
Watch Maxi.
We get round to Maxi.
Best hand since I sat down.
I don't think Maxi's putting in another 9.4, but
Know how much I'd love to.
stranger things have... No, he's not.
Suited.
It is suited.
He might do it for a laugh.
Connected.
Put it down, let's see.
Just do it.
Nah.
And connected.
Come on, Brendan.
What was the flop?
Would you have Lush?
Show the
Run
flop.
it out.
Can't rabbit the flop here, obviously.
Run it out. I love this.
Run it out.
Lush?
Not going to show.
What do you got?
Watch in half an hour.
Yeah, we love
I
it.
mean, I'll be
Further
asleep in half an hour.
to the stream.
Pocket nine. Had to. That's 10,000 left. Yeah. Would you have? Good.
What'd you have? Pocket-
As we're
pocket what?
closing in, registration is closed in flight 2 of the main event. Got 92 runners there, so that guarantees going to be smashed completely about halfway through tomorrow, I dare say. Half of the field has already been eliminated.
An hour. Maybe longer. Would
You
you
can
have?
see here 44 left from 76 off the stream. Rego still open for another hour.
800.
We might overlay here, I dare say, potentially.
Raise 1,600.
So a bit of value if you're looking to jump in. Jackson with the 8-5 off on the button. We were wondering how he was going to adjust, and we're seeing it. Maxi's going to defend, maybe even more than defend. He comes with the 3-bet. Knows exactly what Jackson was up to, and the 8-5 goes into the bin. Lenny in the danger zone, unfortunately. She came here with about 30k. Led down a little bit, but made a really good fold for a tournament life just before with top pair.
Some little mini burgers, some sandwiches. Might be family.
You know a man
We
who's
might get excluded from that.
and a man who's hungry.
I don't think they're big enough. Any vegan? I wouldn't have thought so.
Paul?
Yep. Oh, I do.
800.
As Fev, off about 15, decides to limp under the gun with ace 10 suited. See what plans Big Fev's got here.
I didn't know if you were thinking that's what
No, I lost focus.
800.
Wonder if Jackson just jams the 2s. We saw him jam the 3s before, but it's going to decipher that Fev's under the gun limp's a bit stronger than Maxi's under the gun limp. The big show is going to see a flop with Queen 3. Actually gets the best of it on the 9-3 deuce.
800. Oh, yeah. 800. 12.
Got chips. That's you, bro.
That is one of the best cards in the deck for Fev as he takes the lead. Maxi going nowhere. He thinks he's got 5 outs, but we know in the booth he's only got 2.
Check to you, Fed.
Fev's going to continue to value bet this one, and Maxi's going to give him a donation. That sounds good. We've got a show 2 here, Fev.
I'm glad for the donation. I wanted to keep you around.
And that pot will take Maxi back under 100k. There's Mr. Bossman in the background there, Tony Hashem. Bringing in the food. You won't see that too often.
No, the boss turns waiter.
Now you can't bust. I'm not in. You're the big one. So. There you go. 800 call. Call.
Look at that stack, Fed.
800 call.
Fuck you.
This could be depressing. Started eating and I could go out. Pull in. 10,800. 11,300. 11,300. Fold.
As we are bringing you the first stages of the Brendan Fevola hosted event. Jackson is going to move in here with the ace king, gets Chris to fold. Of course, some familiar names here. You'll notice Brendan and Lenny Fevola. Right up at the top of the chip counts, the big show, Glenn Maxwell.
Wanted to play anyway.
Potential blind-on-blind confrontation here between the Fevolas. Small blind, big blind. Both are pretty short as well, so...
Raise 2,000. Fold. 2,000 call.
If I was allowed, I'd kill them for you, but
As Jackson folds the ace-king there, we know that's not right. So potentially the only issue we have here at times with the RFID is it at times can pick up the hand that the player previously had. So you would remember that Jackson had ace-king in the previous hand. We know Jackson is not folding ace-king for sub-20 versus a raise. So that is just a bit of a misread as Fev folds the 6-5 suited.
Come on, Lenny.
Lenny's going to see a flop here. Flops bottom pair. She's doing pretty well. She's going to decide that this is it. It goes all in.
How do we feel about that on the television? How do we feel about that?
3,000 chips.
Well, I'm just I call, but I got nothing. Is it 3,000?
no.
He does have a gutter. He claims he's got nothing. Gutter backdoor hearts, which are no good. But Lenny Fevola is all in.
It's about three. It's about three. I call. Actually, hold on.
I fold.
This is loose.
I fold.
He can't fold. Chris, he's already said call.
I can call because he said it's 3,000.
Nah, that's wrong. The dealer will work this one out.
Well, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
You said call.
Yes, because he said it's 3,000.
I understand. It's about 3,000.
Okay, I call. No worries. I'm not worried.
It could be about 10 million.
And he's got a
But it's
jack.
not.
I think that's the accepted action rule, or whatever that one's called. Even though Chris
Mile behind.
wanted to fold, he did say call, so the chips have to go in the middle. And he'll be looking now. Leaves Lenny absolutely dead. Turns her dead, and that's going to be it. Lenny Fevola eliminated. Probably a bit unlucky there. Chris did want to fold, but he turned the nuts, so we say goodbye to Lenny Fevola.
Can we give him back? Can we give him back?
I can't believe you did that. That's awful.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not happy with her. They're not happy with Chris knocking her around at all.
And the whole way along, Chris has been saying,
Yeah, great effort.
I'll keep playing against you guys. I don't want to knock Lenny out. That's exactly what he did. But there is a silver lining here, Jinxie. Lenny actually did outlast Fev because Fev busted out downstairs and has re-bought in. So she's still going to have bragging rights.
Okay. Reggio's still open here to the end of the level after this one. And
Now it's Lenny who's not going to be happy because she's got to wait around for Dad. So not a bad place to hang around to wait up here, though, is it, Jinxie?
Tunners just spins the sevens. I doubt that. I hope that that's a misread. I really do.
No, absolutely. So on the odd occasion, and we do see it, on the very odd occasion, the reader misreads a card, and sometimes it's just because it hasn't been placed into the box properly. It's very rare, but I did see yesterday, I think it was, that a player was holding a 7 diamond and then one came on the flop. So,
I did see it. I got sent that actually.
So, and then that hand actually played out, so we saw that it clearly there weren't 2 7 diamonds in the deck, so it was just a misread. Happens sometimes if the players bend the cards too, it can affect things, but it's rare. It is rare. Certainly better than the old hold it up to the camera.
It could have been a legitimate fold because his dinner's arrived. So
Well, okay, okay, no, that's fair.
the level we're dealing with
Big
here at the
fold
moment.
as if dinner's arrived, so
As Fev might look to jam this one in. No, just get a call. Sub 20 here with the King Jack. Maxi getting after it here with the King 6 +2. Probably take this one down.
he's going to bet. He's just as night follows day. Glenn Maxwell's betting, and
Fev shows the King Jack. He's not going to see the King 6, and Maxi shows him. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Did you get burger or did you get the club?
Oh, we both chaos. Game over. For Fevs, I probably did.
Well, I probably did. No, because there was 3s on there, I would have won. With that, huh? Yeah, but it was 3, 3, 8s, but it was a king.
If it was a king and then a 6 here.
Would have made it.
Yeah, because I would have had king 6.
Nah. High true bet. No, that doesn't count.
No,
No, it doesn't count.
It doesn't. Well, 800.
Maxi here again with the ace-3 off.
Because this isn't a casino. Kids play this.
2,500. 2,500. 12. 2,500 12. Oh, sorry. King of club and boost.
Okay, players with blinds now up.
We'll see a flop. Down with a 7-6. Wouldn't mind flopping some equity here versus the Big Show, who's been blasting off.
Let's just play 1-2 cashy. Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up.
Probably not what he's looking for.
And this is all dollar value.
Yes. Will be it forever.
1,500.
Doesn't matter. It looks like Maxi's going to bin this one. Not a believer just yet. That's a check raise from Big Maxi, and it's going to work.
this is a play he doesn't know.
No,
I've been busy eating for
he's not going to like that one as Maxi takes that one down. What a story it would be if he actually won this
He's
event.
a massive
He's flying, Maxi. Just coming through with the check raise.
Yeah, I saw it Fev out.
Just going to remind you what the starting stack was. It was 20k.
Yeah, 25. So
25k. Sorry, have a look.
he's still got 4 start stacks.
109.
Happy as Larry now. Happy as Larry.
It's not on 5.
You get lost in a hotel.
Oh, no, 500 one.
Cool. 1,000 cool.
5-1.
Raise. 3,500.
They're going to fight each other again here, these two.
Fev's got to get after it here.
Oh, now one's got
Oh,
the ace
no one's
king.
run into it. It's not Fev's day, is it?
No, he's just really hasn't picked up. He's played a lot of hands. He's picked up nothing.
How much do you have?
Not much.
About 3,000.
Just put it in there and I'll pull it out. Well then. There you go.
Oh no. Loosh.
You started it.
I definitely did not.
Oh, he's called.
Yeah, it's going to 3-bet call off the ace-8 suited. He's had enough. He's 15 bigs, but
Dominated.
absolutely
Another
dominated.
ace.
Not doing too well here versus Allen.
And I do think the fact that Lenny is out plays a part in this as well, because
We all read.
there's no way he's going to cop it in the car on the way home for keeping it here for another 2 hours.
Nah, can't disagree there. Got some chop outs for Fev. Backdoor clubs as well.
9.
7 outs.
Just a 9.
That is not one of them. So
We're going to lose Fevola,
lose
are we?
both Fevolas, the first 2 out. Still sitting there trying to will the 6th card to work his way, but there's not another one coming out, Fev. And we lose the big man.
Third meal.
A reminder, this is not a single table sit and go. We have 44 people still playing in this event. Most of them down on level 5, obviously. 77
Why do I feel like a bag?
runners and registration's still open, so I'm certain we'll get more than that by the time we close. I don't know if we're... So,
Jonesy started the race.
Allen on a bit of a heater here. Ace King and now Jacks.
Burgers.
so
Is it good the second time?
0.8. So Glenn speculates, and this is not great for him. He's hit the 6. Let's see. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? He's probably going to bet whether he's hit the 6 or not. But Allen, miles out in front here now.
Actually, not going anywhere.
Care, Maxi.
Ace, come here with a check raise with bottom pair. Oh,
Oh, it's just a call.
No.
Oh, I think he...
the dealer did say raise, so it's getting worse and worse for Allen. He does have flush draw now, but
Hey, don't bet here, Maxi. He's checked. Allen. This is his flush, but it's Broadway.
Maxie was done with that hand a long time ago. Pretty funny. If he had done the check raise by mistake like we thought he did, he might have taken that one down.
I think there's probably a really good chance he would have.
Absolutely, on the King Queen 6, yeah, for sure. What are we doing with Jacks, you know? Jackson Young be lamenting his distribution here.
Just hasn't had any cards to play, which is...
And every time he's tried to is...
There's still an answer. 1,000 big blind, 1,000 hands.
So, Allen this time with the ace-jack.
Race 2,200.
Jackson now. 5s.
This is going in, Harvey. There's something
so.
I can guarantee. Off 12. It's going to...
Here at level 4. 5.
We're going 5, and then there'll be level
6.
3.
It's okay.
There'll be Uber.
2, yeah.
What's car park 4?
6,000. That's broke. 6.
As Alan's going to put Jackson here for his last 6K, I dare say. And we'll be off to the races. I like this from Jackson. 3 betting for half his stack. If it goes all in, he can get away. 5's obviously dead, but not in this scenario. It's going to be all in call. And
Here we are, racing.
Oh,
Who do you reckon wins this one? I reckon I win this one.
I reckon it goes Jack and then 5.
Just brutal turns.
Oh,
We have every chance.
Jack.
in the window.
just literally said it goes Jack and then 5 on the turn.
Oh. River. Maybe River.
I think I'm probably on the 5.
5 and a 5 only saves Jackson Young, but that'll be it. And
6 cards.
Jackson Young, who was one of the last Australians standing in the World Series of Poker main event last year. He's off to Vegas next week, but not with extra money from this tournament. He's out the door.
Shows you, it's one of the great things about poker, isn't it? Jinxie, he sits down and you go, oh, he's licking his lips sitting at this table with all these recreational players, and
We'll go down to big
Look what happens.
he probably hasn't played a game like this. What is
Poker.
going on here?
That's a great example that poker is such a great leveler.
You can be the world champion in this. I don't know many other sports that you can be the world champion in.
There's so many. Just insane.
I mean, that's the great thing about poker. You can, even if you're heads up against the best player in the world, you know, if you're in a tournament, for example, if you're sub 20, 30 bigs, you just got to know what beats what, and you can win. You know, once you start getting out towards 50 to 100 big blinds, obviously the skill edge widens, but anyone can beat anyone on any day. That's what makes the game so great. And there obviously is an element of luck in tournament poker, which
you trying to get a game?
keeps us coming back all the time.
I know.
As I said, Jackson would have been loving this, but an hour later he's out the door.
10 minutes. That's all you have
The guy who started the poker explosion was just that guy, a bloke called Chris Moneymaker, who went all the way and became world champion, and
No,
people said, geez, he can do it.
Why can't I?
Poker absolutely exploded in 2003.
That's not far off.
You know, Joe actually had a similar effect here in Australia. You know, one's an accountant, one's a chiropractor.
You're back to finals, aren't you?
Yeah.
Changed the landscape completely for the better.
We're having the cup.
The Saints what?
Like they,
hey,
is that the VFL?
We good?
I didn't know Joe before he won the World Series, like a lot of people, but he actually played in a home game with a guy I knew. And once he got back, I contacted him out of the blue and said, love what you've done. Let's try and
See you, mate.
do some stuff together in Australia. And that's how I met him.
Okay.
And the next year he took me to Vegas to
Hang on, no one has
push a
any
couple of
respect.
business ideas that we had. So again, he was totally responsible for the explosion here.
20 years ago now, aren't we?
Isn't it amazing, huh?
10,000.
Geez, I don't know what if I would have wanted to have been around you 20 years ago in Vegas. I think that would have been a
He
pretty...
took my ex-wife and I was very well behaved. So I've only started to misbehave in later life. All right,
We were just
through to the
talking.
flop.
We're just talking off stream. Next year, the World Series is on the same time as the World Cup, Soccer World Cup.
Oh wow,
Oh goodness me!
Jonesy calls. Pocket tens. And the flush draw.
He's got a hammer lock on this. He's going to have piles. He's actually Maxi's had enough.
Maxi written all over it here.
Come on, King.
This is going to happen.
Not much is going to save him here. And it's not a king. So all of a sudden, Chris Jones vaults to the top.
Over 100k.
Ever
Maxi back down to 50. Top pair, see at the river, said the big show.
The 10 of clubs. It's a much harder call.
Wouldn't be going anywhere, viewers. We've just got word that those two seats are going to get filled very shortly. I think everyone's going to be very excited.
are actually better.
without giving it away.
Are you saying it's not that hard?
49,200.
Oh, sorry. But the club helps the hand, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
4,200 more. 45.
Depleted. Badly depleted now.
It'll come back.
Now it's not a break, they've all just left the table. Those chips go over to Chris Jones.
It's a hell of a call.
Is it really?
You know there's 10 clubs there.
Yeah, but there's like nothing over the top of it. So if you've got bigger pockets, then still maybe have an out. Don't know.
I got 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 7.
2 there.
Oh no, sorry.
2 there.
8, 10. 12. 4, 2, 2. Race up now then?
No, I'm out of purple, so I'm just going to.
Oh, we'll continue on. Sorry guys, just continue.
Chip in a chair. That's what I just keep telling myself.
Small bit please.
Well, you blokes are building fucking empires.
Big line
Dwindled.
please. 1,000, 1,000.
So we start dealing again. After
1,000 goal.
all those chips slide over to Chris Jones and away from Glenn Maxwell.
1,000 goal. Call, option.
Option on Luke Tunnicliffe, the big blind, and Alan couldn't get rid of those cards fast enough. So 25k start stack. 77 runners, 39 left. And the rest of the guys are playing down on the 5th floor. It's the main poker floor here. Also playing down on floor 3 and up here in this beautiful James Bond Casino Royale room. We have our RFID broadcast table.
Raise. 3.5.
Chris Jones
2,500 goal.
All in.
All in.
raises and gets an all in
Fold.
from
German's all in. Fold.
Luke.
Fold.
Tunners. Those two guys actually know each other quite well.
Oh, Lukey.
And
Get in there, Lukey. Come on there,
Chris
Tanner.
Jones. He's going to have to catch an ace, you'd imagine, here. Luke with the Cowboys. It's not a bad
King,
flop.
Ace, king or ace? Oh no, there's even more.
Jackie's got
Ace,
just
king.
2 jacks and 2 kings. And he hits the ace. Wow.
I really like him. Like,
Oh, wow.
Oh, well. That's the way it
Oh, no, he's got...
win?
V1.
No, kings.
Straight.
Oh,
Once he-
did you see that? You didn't see it either.
They didn't see it. No, I didn't see it straight away either, but Tanner's hit the straight. Tanner thought he was out. His reaction was I'm gone.
What do you think you're going to do?
His reaction was I'm gone, hit the straight.
And 200.
I didn't see it straight away either.
Oh, that is so good.
Can't speak, guys.
Nice hand, Tanner.
There you go, stays alive. Thought he was gone.
Did any, like,
Takes
other than
a
the
few
person not
of
at the table, did you
Chris
try
Jones' chips.
That's so good. That is so
It's
good.
too bad the camera wasn't facing the other way because Tanner's clearly, his head just dropped. He thought he was out.
Oh, that's very good.
Didn't realise he'd hit the straight.
Well done, Tunners.
Thank you.
Look at you, flying now.
I wouldn't define that as flying.
No, you got a lot of pink ones.
Two guys that know each other very well. Tanners and Chris Jones, CJ. Chris was actually probably pretty happy he didn't knock Luke out there. As I say, know each other very well. Ultimately, he'd be absolutely spewing that he didn't knock him out, because it's nothing like knocking out your good mate. That one goes all the way. There's
Thank you very much.
our chip counts. Rebuy period and late entry period coming to an end.
Winners seat 1 and seat 6.
I don't know what just happened then.
Oh, we're racing off for the 500, so we're getting rid of the hundreds.
Yeah.
And there was 1,200 in play, so you get 500 chips.
So,
The biggest chip.
of course, we are commentating this 25 minutes behind.
What do you mean, Jace Warren?
So,
Is he watching?
in real time, that rebuy late reg period is coming to an end, but
See you later, Annie.
reliably informed from downstairs that we're going to get a little flood of late entries, as you always do around here, and
Big line, good time.
going to get a new player, fill one of those seats.
Everything else is fine.
That bottom number, it says 77. We need 100. Harvey?
Yeah.
100 to get to guarantee.
Okay.
Overlay or for PT?
I'm going to back that if we don't get there, we're going to get close. 'Cause
Guaranteed overlay. They both got their produced now. Guaranteed by one. 3 of those were mine. So, sorry, I was off. I was
You're
just
off.
off them, but
sorry. So he's talking away about his own 3 times entries to hit the guarantee here.
we got there by one, and 3 of them were mine, so I got to contribute something. But that 77 number in this event, we need to get to 100, and flood of late entries.
You want 4?
We may just get there.
You can't do maths at this stage.
So a new player there is Widar. And told that we're going to get another 2 players up here very shortly as well.
What do you do between...
Mid-December. The date's been released for that.
Yeah.
So do you do...
You do have the dates?
What day's the first game?
We're not allowed to say that, are we? We're not allowed to say, but
Yeah. Yes.
is it a teen or is it earlier than a teen?
1,000.
Sorry, that's an awful question. Is it in December?
October?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
1,000.
To be fair, once the
1,000.
was it the WBBL final? I think we had the day after the.
Oh, Maxie's got some old cricket stories here, Harvey. Let's see if we can
This
listen.
is the most important part. Shh. Let's listen.
So what do you do between...
Here we go.
Just train?
Oh,
Gentlemen, darling, sir.
Wadia has sat down
10 cards, please.
for one hand, and he's gone all in. And it's not like Maxie isn't calling with the ace-10 suited. Wadia miles behind here
Gates or awesome.
until an 8 hits. And there he goes.
Oh, he's turned the flush draw at the
So
gutter
many
there
outs
as
from
well.
Maxwell here, and it's not one of them. So there's Wadia thinking, wow.
You would have thought I've come all the way up to level
That's
40.
41. I was in that lift for 3.5 minutes while I got up here, and I'm going straight back down. But he takes some more of Maxie's chips, and after being 109, Maxie's back down to 32 very quickly. A bit unlucky that time, though. That's obviously the correct call, and he's miles in front pre-flop.
When are you going away October?
Small big please.
No.
We should try before you actually have to do something and go to Cathedral, play, and then play poker that night.
Out there.
It's a big weekend here, Jinxie.
It's a hell of a club out.
Got
I am
looming large, the main event, which looks like it's going to have a smashing huge number of entries.
Well, so Rego's closed now with 92 entries after 97 yesterday. So we need, what do we need? 250? No, 92. So the guarantee will, yeah. Oh, it's a 1650. Sorry, apologies. I kept thinking it was a 2.5K. So we're already over the guarantee.
It's outrageous.
Confirmed. After 92 entries tonight, we're already over the guarantee. So anything now is a bonus. So we could be looking at a 500K prize pool, 80 to 100K to the winner. That'll be the biggest main event.
We haven't got to the weekend yet, mate. We haven't got to the weekend.
Of course,
This is
of course.
crazy.
Long weekend.
This is crazy. The numbers have been fantastic. We've got that really interesting teams event coming up too.
Who won?
Sports poker.
Did we get any more exact details on that for the viewers? Or
Tony Hasham's been wandering past here. We should ask him
yeah, we should.
how that's going to play, but
Adelaide won.
really interesting. Watch.
Live
Oh,
and
they're
free.
pairing the disposals. They're
Live
coming-
and free on 7 Plus. Just saying.
Raise 45.
Dominating. Will Ashcroft's had 30 already.
Standard in the wet. How many MULPISs have you got on that game?
Did you spell it out, assuming that the people watching couldn't actually spell?
Yep.
Is that what happened?
That's what
Is that what happened?
That's what we do to our son.
500, 1,000.
That's what we do to our son.
Because you got told you couldn't talk about it.
Should we
It's
put
like,
MICKY
you realise you're not at
on
home
it?
with your children.
I'm 1-1
We were close. Still only 4 off the guarantee.
4 off,
So the
okay.
first 4 entries
Okay,
tomorrow
tomorrow.
will break the guarantee within the first minute. So we're halfway there. 2 more flights to go.
So
They're going to be the big ones.
boys on the stream talking about the footy tonight. They're obviously half an hour behind us. I can tell you that Brisbane has hung on. Adelaide has hung on.
You've slow rolled the viewers.
Adelaide has held on, but Brisbane kicked the last 6 behinds of the game.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, wow.
So
Adelaide. Just keep doing their thing, don't
won
they?
by 5 points, and as I say, Brisbane scored the last 6 behinds of the game from the 20-minute mark in the wet. I don't think the guys are that interested in the result. They're only interested in their multis and who's picking up the possessions.
They're relaying it to me 20 minutes later. Watch out.
They've been bored by my last half hour.
Sorry, 1-2. It's the 1-2.
I think I played a hand.
Oh, that's yours. Positive.
Yeah, after that for the anti and 2.
So this will be the last level that we bring to you. This level, I'm pretty sure, as we've just gone up to 1,000, 1,500, 500, 1K. So we're going to bring one more level after this. And we'll cut the stream for the night. But I would be sticking around, Harvey, because there might be a few more big names joining us shortly.
Yes, I think in a hand or two, those 2 seats are going to get filled. Well,
5,000.
are they going to bag for the night?
Oh, easily, yeah. Oh, no, they'll keep playing, so they'll play, but we'll just cut the stream at the end of this level.
Okay.
And there's no way this would be finishing tonight, I wouldn't have thought.
All right. Blinds 5, 15, 15.
Where are we?
Up more. Up. Up to the silver. There you go.
Yes, just had that clarified. So we've got another 40 odd minutes of broadcast, and the players then go on a break. So not going to have you sit through the break this late, and these guys will then go and rejoin
The rest of the field.
downstairs.
Oh, Maxi. Oh, sorry. I thought you said.
Fuck up, you two.
I am so slow on this table. Is that me?
So we've seen Chris limp under the gun with a variety of holdings.
Like a full-on punch on these.
This time he's raising.
That'll go well in India.
Especially if I'm sitting there going,
Yeah,
should use my left. Hey. Oh, hold on a second.
Here we go, Harvey. I'll let you introduce what's happening here.
So those two seats are going to be refilled by Lenny and Brendan Fevola, who have waited till virtually the last minute to rebuy back in.
You two heads up.
I think there was a conference downstairs. Brendan saying, I want to keep playing. Lenny, I want to go home. And
All the other tables
I think Dad might have won.
Welcome back.
Go to the flop here.
All the other tables are full, Fev said, so they've sent them both back up
Yes,
here.
right, that's fair enough.
I saw you had a
I
voice.
thought that would be the effect
I didn't want
of
to.
me walking in, but I missed it. 2,500? Oh. 2,500. You didn't get the voice. You don't have voice.
Chris gets out. Is Dia going to continue his story here? He is.
Just about the worst hand we can have, so I don't see why not. It's probably going to work.
That's why I strutted in.
Tell a convincing enough story and everyone will believe it.
It shows the bluff too.
Oh, dear.
Welcome to the table.
That. Take that. So back to
Doubled up on me.
pretty much a full table here.
What'd I do?
The two Fevolas rejoining us.
Yes. Went to there and then
You can see those tournament numbers growing, getting very close to the guarantee.
Put me in that barrel.
15. Excuse me, Mr. Channel.
Yes.
Sport.
Yes. But that.
Thank you.
Been very chatty and a lot of fun.
Same now.
Do you want some? Yeah.
15 call. Should have waited for the 15.
Bigger than yours now, though.
So
What's it like getting trash talked by your daughter?
It's 4 daughters, and I'm the bottom of the barrel, so I'm used to it. If they actually talk to you, it's a win. So that's a win.
Wait till the race comes out. Serious talk.
I got acknowledged.
That's what we come for, some Fevin Big Show table
oh
talk.
yeah, this is great.
I can't wait for you to knock him out and then do your vlog or blog or whatever it's called on him.
So we go to the flop. Not much for either of them there.
Not sure what I got, so I'll check.
Chris decides to check back.
Check.
Daniel checks too. And we go to the river.
There's not many tables.
Daniel is his king.
There's only 30 players or something. 40 runners.
Is Chris going to try and buy this? He is.
We'll find out the bad news pretty quick.
Quick call. Doesn't even want to turn him over. Has to. Daniel takes
Good river.
13.5k.
What's
Aren't you shutting at 50k?
Funny they go quiet when they lose a hand, isn't it? The chatty ones.
Tale as old as time, Harvey. As old as time, and you'll hear people that haven't spoken for 2 hours, and as soon as they win a hand, it's as chirpy as possible. Guilty of that one myself for sure. Not a celebrity game per se, but this is the tournament named after Fev, the Fevs Fever. So got a lot of celebrities in the house tonight firing this event, and lucky enough to get them, a few of them on this table, a few downstairs as well.
Yep. Got a whole floor of them playing on level 5. You can see up in the top corner, 83 entries here. There's 39 still remaining. And that's before the close of the rebuy period. We're expecting them to rush in just before the late reg and rebuy. Maxi now with 10s. Raises it.
Joining us at 800 big blind, Glenn Maxwell had 110k. So he was flying. Bit of a misstep into Chris's pocket 10s. Flopping top pair. But other than that, he's played very aggressively. You can see him going deep in this tournament just through pure aggression. You know, he's been getting after it. Whenever it's been folded to him, he's raising up any two. We saw the Queen 3, the Ace 3, Ace 6. Queen 2 suited.
Hey, I'm hairy. Dangerous.
Yeah, imagine if you shaved all that hair off, you'd be skinny. Yeah, you'd be like a toothpick.
Quite his second visit up here. Brendan Fevola. Now he's getting into some voice. Okay. Just forgot he'd come back up for a second there.
I worry that if I shave the hair off,
You wouldn't get wet in the shower.
I don't know if this is a conversation we necessarily want to be listening to.
No, I think it's about what Maxi would look like if he shaved his head.
His head, okay.
why? That's hard. It's not knotted. In most parts.
Poor Lenny's got to sit through this. Try and concentrate.
You dog. Oh, I can't believe we're
This is
so
folded. Alan, the small blind. King Jack. So that's the call. The option is over to Fev. I don't think he's even had a look yet, has he? He's going to check. So
You might want to look down now, Fev, because you've got top pair. Alan's going to think he's got the best hand most of the time.
I reckon he's going to look him up, Fev.
Oh, for this size, can't go anywhere, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, he's going to look Alan up.
And takes it. So
Pleasantly surprised.
Fev, after just sitting down with a new starting stack of 25, picks up 5.5k.
I said check, and he kept betting.
Who wants to do that? Good hand. Catch one. Go one. Surely those chips are cold by now. Do they get that back on video? That would look.
Can we rock and roll that, please?
Would look.
See if Josie actually caught it.
I thought it hit the
Nah,
deck.
it's grounded, mate.
The rock and
And it
roll.
looked real bad for me. And then real
Chips
good.
hit the table, mate.
500.
Oh, is that it?
It's getting a bit rowdy here, the boys, late at night, Friday night, long weekend.
3,000
Yeah, that's right.
How
I
does that
agree.
work?
It's
That blew my
bizarre.
mind when he said
Yeah.
500. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, do I get a cheap
Because
discount
I
because
put
I won the last
1,500 out in
event?
the small blind before.
Yeah,
He's like, no, this is 500.
Yeah.
So look.
Well, it's like you get a little cheapie.
Yeah.
It's like a win. That's a win.
It
That is a win.
Especially when he's in for 3,000.
Yeah,
So you kind of got to
500
play.
goal.
100. 500, I would say.
So you pay $1,000 to get into a $4,500 pot.
Yeah. I was not going to play though.
You had $1,000. That was a call.
Yeah, I know, but
These are probably the most normal hands we've seen go to the flop in the last couple of hours. Queen, Jack, and pocket fives. Tanner's weighing up his option here in the big blind. We don't know what he's got yet. Decides to bin whatever that was.
I'd like Joe saying we can just start rapping with
King 6. He would have flopped the best of it.
yeah, it's real low.
I reckon we'll be seeing a turn here at least. Udir looks to continue. Oh, maybe deciding against it. Does come with check.
New Kanye West song. You have that?
No.
Oh,
They won.
I can't even say it.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Alan probe here. Fold out hands like Queen Jack, King Queen. Does come with just over a third. And that's a call here. We're down and dirty in the weeds here as the king rolls off on the turn. Gives Wadir a gutter. Not a great card for Alan.
That's huge for them. Huge.
Talk the results just got to the boys. And the pairing 9 on the turn on the river gets the check mark for Alan, as of course we are commentating this off the delay. They've just found out Adelaide have beaten Brisbane by a goal. That's what they're chatting about. And Wadir's going to look to bluff this one.
Dead set chance of finishing top 4.
They are dead set chance to finish alive. They are putrid.
I think it's Sam Darcy back a couple of weeks.
I genuinely
Bulldogs
think
are
Next
putrid.
week, isn't it?
Fev saying the doggies are putrid. Goodness me, I didn't think that.
Have you seen their run? Yeah.
Did you, mate? They've just had a 14-day break and couldn't beat a Hawthorn Box Hill team.
Keys.
They're putrid.
3 goals
Brompton
and
Pally's
20.
a myth.
Okay. Hey.
He is, mate.
Who is?
Not a great thing to say when you got a doggies man in the commentary area, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, I don't know if he's been watching our games. I think it's one of the better teams I've had under Beveridge. People, non-believers, but let's see if Alan's a non-believer here as well. He's just wondering what story Wadir's trying to tell here. After check calling the flop, he's going to call
Good call.
you win.
Really like Wadir's attitude though, since he got up here.
Yeah, he's been going after it.
Going after it, and Ryan there on the chat, Glenn Maxwell straight into poker after retirement. Well, he does play poker a little bit like he plays cricket. He's trying to whack it.
Yeah, he gets after it.
I saw him cry a little bit.
And wait where you get like
Glenn
2-7 at home. You play
has
in a palm.
played a lot of poker. This is not a new journey for him. He's actually was part of Shane Warne's poker crew of guys that played pretty regularly.
And Brisbane got lucky. They played Sydney on the MCG with hadn't won a game for how
Mates with Warney.
And the last game they lost. They'll never win that game. Sydney.
Can understand why those two were good mates. The way they went about their cricket and their life.
Absolutely.
The hash.
All in.
As Fevs moved all in over Chris's raise.
Why wouldn't it?
I'm all around that.
This is for the EJ Whitten game.
Come on, man.
If Jonesy wins this,
Hang on. If
you
I
have to play.
if I lose, will you play in the EJ Whitten game?
Wow.
We might be getting some breaking news. We might be getting some breaking news here in the booth.
If I lose,
He said all right. He said all right. So
He doesn't like it.
this is for the.
if I lose,
So Fev wins the hand. He's got to play in the EJ Whitten Legends game.
everyone's that's on the record, right?
It is on the broadcast. So
Far
it's
more
on the
important
record.
to me win this game.
big
Come on. Hey, has everyone got this?
When Fev's rooting for a queen, you know he doesn't want to play in the Legends game.
Everyone at the table is bragging for Fev.
Watch Queen turn card.
For the rule, eject.
Oh no, it's there.
It's worse when it's in the window like that too. Just the Queen.
Bang. Oh, straight.
Pull on the boots. Pull on the boots, Fev. He's so sore after he plays those suburban and country games. It's
Breaking
weeks
breaking
till he
news.
recovers. But you will see him.
You'll see him in the Legends game after that hand.
Everyone heard it.
Everyone heard it.
I've got
On the
an
live
ACL. I
stream.
can't play
Works
30.
too.
Yeah, he's just because it's on the you can't go back on it now.
It works because Fev's no longer contracted to any of the TV networks, so you can't even use that one as an out.
Yeah.
Feeling real good about that result.
Hey, I was always playing in the.
100%.
I was always playing.
Always playing, yeah.
You walked out before and said you're not
We
playing.
said it. Read the emails. We said him to try and get Nick Cody to play as well. We're going to do it on radio.
It's going to be.
We're doing a whole arc about it.
You've been double bluffed.
Got it. You got it.
I'll tell you what we'll do here at the Australian Poker Tour. We will leak that news as a news story before Fev gets a chance to come out and do it on the radio.
High praise.
Air of surprise and that.
That was good, Dad. That was
The
good.
quicker they come, the quicker they go, though.
Some poker wisdom there from Fev.
You're so white.
The actual game itself, that was a hit to Chris,
Might chip later.
and then pushes Fev up to co-chip leader.
Real happy about that.
Now the turn takes.
The other co
Everyone actually had
bets
100
out
grand.
from the hijack, 3K.
It was like yesterday.
3,004.
That was in our hunger period. I ate my chips.
That'll get done. We're winding down our broadcast for this evening, guys. Players will be going on an extended break after this, so we're going to wrap up the stream and keep an eye on your socials to see what time and what we're doing tomorrow. I'd love to see the finish of this, so hopefully we can get this on, and hopefully, well, there are quite a few celebs and names downstairs as well, so hopefully we get some big names through tonight. We're going to go late tonight though, they've got a lot of work still to do. Hopefully we can rejoin Fev Fever for the conclusion tomorrow. Be a late night for Lenny Fevola. She calls the Jack 9 here. And
Actually takes the lead.
it's the lead. Wadia has the open ender.
Hand therapy.
And so does Fev. So
Broke her middle finger. Doesn't play sport. Doesn't do anything.
Did you say that?
Little boy through, yeah. And so we've been doing that every day.
He's reaching for raising chips. So I was like, don't bluff. You can't bluff his own daughter
he's going
here,
there.
surely.
He does have a gut shot. So see the 7. That doesn't really help. Just makes Lenny a bit stronger here.
Can win it this year. No, if they get it right.
Decides to
they can
check. They all check. 3.
Then he's going to hold on.
As long as she doesn't get bet off it. Don't bet. Fev, don't bet into your daughter. Oh, he does. It's a tough one for Lenny now. Oh, she doesn't care.
No, she's going to
She
snap
doesn't
call.
care. 6K.
They're going to love this one.
Yeah, aren't they? This is a highlight. This is a highlight. Neither of them want to turn their cards over. Come on, Fev. Show her you lost. Show her you lost.
I was just trying to get him off so you can win a hand.
Oh, no. Come on.
Sweet.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
fair enough.
I thought she had a queen. I actually thought she had a queen. No, would she?
There you go. Some
Yeah, I thought she had a
valuable
queen.
chips for Lenny.
To read your face.
Oh,
Oh, she says she's got a read on the old man.
Yeah.
Already his
If
face.
anyone's going to have a read, it'll be her.
I wanted her jack, yeah. Have a jack.
Poor Lenny. I don't know if you follow Fev on social media, but she does cop it. He films a lot of stuff when no one in the house realises he's filming. Especially the
I've
missus.
seen a
She
few
gets
of those.
Very angry at him. Very, very angry. But he dumps Lenny into it every so often too.
Oh. I can't wait.
She'd definitely be one of those, oh, Dad, girls. Because he's just a pain.
When you fold.
Chris
Here they go in.
comes along under the gun with the Queen 10. Nothing for Luke.
Why is that funny?
Maxi.
I can't understand how that can be funny.
Haven't seen a lot from
Decides to
Maxi
fold.
recently.
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
Once you're out of the
Once
hand,
you're
I'll
out,
tell you.
And looks like it's going to come all
sure.
the way
At
around.
home, that's all.
At home,
Big
it would've
blind.
been
That's all. Because you win the small blind
As
from everyone on the table.
just a fraction behind on the graphics here. Chris has continued there. I think there's a queen on the board, so is it a queen? Looks like it. So Chris takes that.
Really? Really?
And again, as I say, we're winding down here. Very quiet up here now, isn't it?
It is very quiet.
Sort of lost the rail. There was quite a few people at the bar before. It was a bit raucous, but we're isolated now. And you and me are very isolated because we're behind, and they've all left as well. They have left the table. So winding down to tomorrow.
Still playing golf.
These guys will get relocated back down into the main room
Live stream. I'm not going to
after a break. And we'll play down. Who knows? I can't see them finishing tonight. But
No, I reckon
no.
definitely not going to finish, but maybe get to final two tables and bag up potentially.
Okay.
That's a guess.
Well, if they do get to a final and come back, I will insist that they come back onto the broadcast table, and we'll pick that up tomorrow on the broadcast in the afternoon. Just keep an eye on the socials.
Mostly, yeah, leave your door open.
Instagram
What we're going
and
to do.
Facebook's actually the best place.
By far,
On the,
yep.
Australian Poker Tour Facebook. Everything there.
Act like it's impromptu. And that's the way we did all these.
So
Yeah.
Was he?
No, that's how it was.
Wadir hits his 10 here. Chris gets the bottom of it with his 5. Goes check, check. Comes around to Fev. He decides to bet. Wadir calls, and Chris calls as well. So they all stay in to the turn.
There's no music.
So good.
Encourage Fev, I think. Gets back to him. Wadir checks. Chris checks. Fev probably will bet. He does. 5k. Call, fold, and then king on the end. Fev decides to check on the end, and he really needed to bet, and not to know. Deer takes 12.5k. Again, very valuable chips for him down the bottom.
So it looks like the bags are coming in, Harvey, so maybe only a few more hands.
Oh, how's that? The boys are joking around. I think
Another level.
I think they're pretty keen to keep going. It's not that late.
How long's it break?
Yeah.
I'll be asleep.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think they realised how late this was supposed to go, what they were in for when they came down at the start of the day.
Most of these guys play a home game that goes for about 3 hours and finishes at 11 o'clock. So
We've got one more.
After this hand.
Yeah. We've got one more, right?
You said after this
One
hand.
more hand. After this hand, you said.
okay, so we're gonna have one more hand. The guys are gonna bag up. They're gonna go on a break, and they'll rejoin the main floor, and we'll say our farewells for tonight. Wow, for us,
Yeah, it is.
early night after some really, really late finishes.
I think the main event, especially on Monday, is going to be a very big day. So take 'em when you can get 'em, as Fev's going to be raising the ace queen here for sure.
3,000 fold. 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 3,000 fold. Fold.
Gonna get Body to come along. Wadir thinking about it. Yeah, 6.
Who's getting bored?
Goodness me.
Imagine playing World Series like this.
Oh, I couldn't do it. Yeah, absolutely. My ADHD has
Alan
totally got me.
has
Yeah.
come in. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure has come in.
Yeah, yeah,
Four
yeah,
players.
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Again, we're just behind.
I will
986
check
with 2 spades.
cards to see what I've got.
Alan holding spades there.
Check.
And Wadir is the only one that's hit.
4.5. 4,500.
So we're getting in the weeds here, Harvey, in the last hand.
Is the table broke?
And it's going to pay off.
2, 1 folded.
Don't see Alan hanging around with 2 players behind.
Fev, you just come up here, chipped up, and then off you go.
I've lost
The guy who might stay in here is Fev. Yeah, he's having a thing.
Not going back to level 5.
Is Wadir just trying to steal some chips on the last hand before we break? No, throws them in. Fev. Not sure about Fev not calling this though. He does. Geez, you wouldn't want to see an ace. It's going to be in strife.
Heads up. Check it back. Check. Check. Check it back. Check.
It's that last card.
That'll do us.
Yeah, takes it just with the 6. And the boys are bagging up. They'll go on a bit of a break, have a stretch, have a drink, and rejoin the main floor. And that's it for us tonight. Thank you, Jinxie. That was fun today. We had some really serious and slow and thoughtful and deliberate play in the PLO. And now we've had an absolute ball up here with guys throwing chips all over the table. So we've had a bit of everything.
Yeah, certainly. But opposite ends of the spectrum from the afternoon to the night, but we had some good fun. So
Good fun. All right, well, you're not doing tomorrow.
be back on Monday for the main.
Yeah, great. So I'll be here. I'll drag a few names up and we'll have some fun tomorrow. Keep an eye on the socials and see what time we're back with the stream. But for now, it's bye from the Oakwood Premiere.